How to maximize your profit from one of the most popular gold farms in World of Warcraft. Hi there, I'm GoldenRoutes, and today we'll be taking a look at a pretty decent way to make some extra gold from the most popular, or one of the most popular gold farms in the game. So basically, for those who don't know what that is, it's the cloth farm that is located, I believe it's right here, and you get a good amount of cloth. So today we're going to take a look at how you can maximize your profits there. First things first, you're going to want tailoring and you're going to want enchanting. The reason why you're going to want these is because, one, tailoring, you're going to want to spec into the cloth collection, preferably maxed, so that way you can collect the Wilder cloth bolts. That's very important for maximizing your profits from here, as you will take those bolts that you get and you will turn them into bags. So another thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to focus on the spool spinning, or whatever that one was, which is for tailoring as well, or it's just spinning. And the reason why is because once you get that maxed out, you can get a guaranteed chance of getting the rousing elements, which you will then later turn all of your frostbitten wilder cloth into the spools that you need. So, with all that being said, you should be able to make roughly 15, actually about 30 bags in an hour. I only run for a half hour, so you should be able to make roughly, to be safe, 25 bags in an hour. You know, that's pretty good. These bags are selling for about 80 gold per unit at the moment, so they're not necessarily that great of a seller, but you figure that's what, 10 gold per bolt, which is a lot better than selling it on the auction house for less than a gold, or less than 2 gold per unit. So you're making 8 gold profit off of the bolts by crafting them into the bags. I would recommend the reagent bag over the wilder cloth bag, just because the reagent bags are new and everybody needs them still for the most part. You know, yeah, there's people buying them left and right, but you should still, there should still be a market for them, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, next up, why do we want enchanting? You know, you're probably like, GoldenRoutes, why do we need enchanting? Because it just doesn't make sense. But it, if you really think about it, it kind of does, because not only do you have a chance of getting the mystic items, but you're not really going to be disenchanting the greens that you pick up from it, right? You're going to want to vendor those. So you're going to be picking up these mystics if you spec into the right uh, specialization, which will be inside of the blue. You definitely want to spec into that. Definitely try to get that maxed out as well. I don't have mine maxed out just yet, so I'm slacking there. But again, you're not going to be disenchanting any of the gear that you pick up. You're going to be disenchanting all of the mystics that you pick up. The reason why you're not going to be disenchanting any of the gear is because it vendors for a lot more than what you're getting out of it for disenchanting it. You know, this is a guide about how to maximize your profit. You know, so that means taking every little thing you can to make the most amount of gold you can off of it. So now you're probably wondering what you're going to do with all the tattered cloth. You know, honestly, your best bet would probably be to turn it into, or I guess to unravel it, because you can sell the unraveled forms of it for more gold than what you could without unraveling it. So I think you're profiting roughly a gold for every spool you get. So with that being said, you're going to double your profits off of the tattered cloth, if that makes sense. So instead of selling the tattered cloth for, say, what would that be, like 100 gold a stack, if my calculations are right, you'd be selling it, or no, that would be like 500 gold a stack, my bad. Either way, if you look at the grand scheme of things, that would be 1k, or roughly 1k per stack of tattered cloth, and I'm almost certain my math is still off on that, so I apologize for that. But either way, you're still doubling your profits off of the tattered cloth. Now you're also probably wondering, well, what do we do with the wildered cloth? Well, since you have enchanting, this is where it's okay to disenchant gear, because you're going to take all of those spools that you just spun and all of that wildered cloth that you just picked up, and you're going to turn it into these surveyor's cloth bands. The reason why is because you can disenchant them, and yes, the disenchant is a little low, but you're still going to be making a lot more gold off of disenchanting these than you would be if you were to just sell the mats on the auction house raw, or yeah, if you sold the mats on the auction house raw, or if you sold the mats to a vendor. So I picked up about 500 of these. So if we did quick math on that, that's about 112, no, 100 and 100 and something odd uh, bracers just from that farm. If we come over here to our vibrant shards, they're selling for about 41 gold per unit. You know, you don't get a vibrant shard guaranteed. So let's just say that you get roughly 100 vibrant shards. That's 4.1k extra just from disenchanting these. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the gold that you get from the bags. So let's just round them up to 100 gold per unit, just because there for a while they were going for 100 gold per unit, and I don't understand why they're going for 80 gold per unit. But you say 25 bags per hour, that's 2.5k, so we're looking at 6.3k. Then you take your tattered cloth and you take a look at how much you made into the spool of wilder thread, and we'll just say that's about 1k a stack. And I picked up about 2 stacks within that half hour, so that means 4. In 1 hour, you're picking up 4 stacks of the tattered cloth. Oh, and I guess I did mess up. Wildered cloth, we'd be getting a little over 1k, so let's say 1.2k just to be safe. It's easier for math too, but so that's 300 bracers. So we'll say we get 200 vibrant shards, you know, instead of 100. Let's say we get 200 vibrant shards in an hour's worth of farming there. You're going to get 8.2k, and then the 2.5k. So that is 8. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. That would be 8.8k, I think, is where we're at. And then the tattered cloth, 4 stacks, 1k a piece. So that's an extra 4k. Actually, let's say it's 500 gold or per stack. So that's 2k. So that's 2.8k. Or that's, sorry, 10.8k. But you're an enchanter, so you're picking up all of these mystic items. So let's say you picked up, I don't know, 10 of these blue mystics. So that's an extra 400 gold. And I picked up 3 of these purple mystics. So that's an extra 6k. So we're looking at almost 20k already, guys. Extra. This is extra. Not to mention all of the stuff you get from spinning the frostbitten wilder cloth, which the rousing frost isn't going for a whole lot at the moment, but it's still enough to make a little bit of gold off of. So we'll round that up to 20k exactly, and you're still looking at all the money from binging stuff, which I was there for a half hour and I got like almost 4k from vended stuff, and I was only there for a half hour. So you're looking at roughly, what would that be, 30k an hour, which granted isn't a whole lot, but one, my group wasn't that great, and two, my inventory was full for half the time, so I was busy selling stuff than I was trying to kill stuff and loot. So either way, you're looking at a good 40k, 40k an hour, which in my opinion is pretty good. But hopefully this helps you guys maximize your gold from this location. But that's all for now, so thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.